All right, let's get into this. What on earth is this Christmassy music? So, first question was from Subpar. Who's the current best player in the world and why is it Classics? Well, yeah, as you can see, my profile picture is Classics, so I completely agree with that. Talk about Torment's insane offense and Gimmick's defense improvement. Maybe C9's 3-man rotation being the best it's ever been. Yeah, Torment was a beast. He popped off, and especially the first game of the Grand Finals, or the first set of the Grand Finals, which was the most important of the entire day for them. Because if they started slow, who knows? Dignitas might have popped off. So this was a really huge performance from Torment. Offensively, I've never seen him being so confident and willing to step forward. Gimmick's defense, yeah, this has been like a season-long thing. He's not whiffing the ball in defense so much. I think it was Scrubkiller who said at the Universal Open that sometimes he would just take a shot that he'd expect a Champ 2 to save and Gimmick would miss it. That's not really happening as much anymore. So he still has a couple of blunders here and there, but not anywhere near as much. And offensively, Gimmick is one of the best in the world, if not like just the best. Like he might just be the best offensive player. Yeah, we got some more replies to this. I'm not going to look at those. I'll just look at the actual replies to my tweet to save some time here. Do you think that NA crowd gave Cloud9 an advantage against OCE and EU teams? Against OCE teams, no, because OCE teams were getting massive cheers and huge support from everybody, even fans of like Cloud9. When Chiefs played them, we're giving Chiefs like a big. We're giving them lots of love. Use VF, thanks for the 2-month in a row Prime sub, by the way. I appreciate that. But yeah, against the EU teams, maybe. Particularly against Dignitas. I think Dignitas were the one team who really didn't get any love. So I would say yes, the crowd did give C9 an advantage against Dignitas. Thoughts on Losers interview, good or bad? I think that they're not inherently a bad thing, but I don't think that they were done particularly well. Larry, the interviewer, is really, really fantastic. He's great. But the questions were sometimes a little bit awkward. I think he also congratulated... what was it? He congratulated Mystic on his loss and then said good luck to him, which I thought was pretty funny. He might have just blundered, or he just didn't. Maybe he didn't know Mystic was from the losing team. But yeah, after Mystic lost at the end of the interview, Larry said, "But yeah, congratulations and good luck," which maybe he just means good luck like after RLCS. Congratulations on your 5th place finish, but it sounded really out of place. It was quite funny. A lot of people don't know what it's like to be at LAN, including myself. Maybe you could talk about the experience or what you can expect going to any sort of esports event. Well, I've never been to any esports events except RLCS, so I don't know about esports events in general. But RLCS, very good atmosphere. Everybody's super, super friendly. I don't actually remember having a bad interaction with somebody at RLCS. It's that good. So yeah, I can't recommend it enough. They're still the best team in Rocket League. They're quite. Oh, this must be a reply. Well, yeah, I do think Dignitas are probably still the best, but we'll see at E-League. We'll see. Was the crowd better in person than a stream? Oh, yes. Like, the stream did not pick up the crowd at all. For the grand final, the atmosphere was insane. It was so loud in there. And even, like, earlier in the tournament, the chants were really getting quite good, and especially the final day. But the stream just really didn't pick it up. I think the crowd mics were really badly placed. They weren't working very well. So yeah, that was just the crowd mics. NA crowd really showed up. It was impressive. Okay, don't forget to tell a story about the after party, Lamau. Okay, fine. So the after party for RLCS, when you're going in, you're supposed to like show your ID to the bouncer and get a white wristband, but there was a queue for it and I couldn't be bothered waiting, so I just walked in because all the bouncers were looking the other way. I was like, I'm just walking in, I've got ID anyway, if anybody asks. I'm 27, I've got ID Johnny, to prove it, no problem. So I went to the bar, got a drink, and I was there for like maybe an hour, 2 hours, just walking around talking to people, and then this bouncer must have seen that I didn't have a white band on, and he comes up and he says, can you come with me please? So I went over with him, said what's up, and then he says, you have to leave. And I was like, okay, but why, if you don't mind me asking? And then he says, because you're underage drinking. I was like, oh yeah, I lost my white band. I think somebody accidentally pulled it off, but it's okay, I got my ID right here, I'm 27. And then I held up my ID and he says, I don't want to see it. And I was like, what do you mean you don't want to see it? Like, I'm 27, dude. And then he was like, I don't want to see it. And he actually looked away. It was like, when you're showing like a dog Like, you know, when if you guys ever got a dog, have you ever had a dog that like chews up a box or something, or like goes into the bin and makes a mess of the bin, and then you just come in with show the bin to the dog. You're like, did you do this? And the dog's just like, that's what he reminded me of. He was like looking away. He's just like this. I was like holding my ID up, and he's just like, don't want to see it. Don't want to see it. I'm like, what is this? So I said, well, maybe your manager wants to see it. Where's your boss at? And then like he, you know, goes off, comes back with someone else who looks about the same age. And then she says, what's the problem here? And I said, oh yeah, your friend here, he thinks I'm underage because I lost my white wristband. But it's all good because I've got ID here. I'm 27. Like, no underage drinking here. And then I held up my ID. And she says, I don't want to see it. She says she didn't want to see it. I just burst out laughing. I couldn't hold it together. I was just laughing so much. So I was like, okay, no problem. It's no big deal. So I just told her, oh, well, can you get my jacket? It's like around the corner. It's over there in the booth. She goes to the booth, comes back with my jacket. She's like, okay, now get out. I'm like, whoa, chill. I'm going out. It's no problem. And then like I go outside, and of course, just it was out the back door. So of course, I just tried to go back in the front door straight away, just out because, you know, why not? And now they've already told the bouncer at the front door to look out for me. He was like, no, sorry, you can't come in. My colleagues have told me that you're underage drinking. I was like, mate, I'm not underage. I'm 27. Look, I've got my ID, and he doesn't want to look at it either. And he says, like, if you don't leave, I'm going to call the cops. I'm like, and tell them what? That I'm underage drinking and I've got ID to prove that I'm not. Like, well, I'm sure that's going to get me in a cell overnight. Like, I was just laughing so much. I wasn't having any of it. But then the cops are actually, like, right here. So, like, they come over and they ask me what's up, and I told them the story, and they're laughing, and I was like, but I'm not trying to make this awkward, are you? It's all good. Like, I'm gonna go stand like over here because there's loads of people outside. Like Cux was out there, a whole bunch of my other friends are out there. So I just like stood outside, and everybody was coming out asking, Johnny, what happened? And I'm like, yeah, this bouncer over here, he thinks I'm underage drinking, and like the bouncer's like within earshot. He's only 5 feet away. And everybody's just killing themselves laughing, and this guy's just standing there all awkward. Yeah, that was my after party story. I got kicked out for underage drinking in 2018. The last time I could get kicked out for underage drinking was 2008. 2008. Why didn't you just go to the right side of the line? Literally easy peasy to get it. Turbo, that's what I did. I just walked straight in. I literally just walked in, and I couldn't be bothered waiting to get a white band thing, so I just walked in. I didn't wait in a queue or anything. There was a queue on the left, so I just walked in on the right. Just walked in. But no, the funny thing is there were definitely people underage drinking, like within the group that I'm standing in when he comes over to tell me to get out. And I was just like, of all the people you could have picked, like, you had a good shot. You know, if there's a group of 10 people and 7 of them are underage drinking, you've got a 70% chance of randomly selecting someone who is in fact underage drinking, and he picks me. Like, this guy, he's not in the right line of work at all, is he? So funny though. I couldn't stop laughing. I've seen a lot of people complaining about the crowd in Vegas, and it's kind of hard to tell from live stream. Yeah, like I said earlier, the crowd was actually really good. I don't think there was as much like natural chants getting, like organic chants getting started as in London. In London, you know, you'd have some random guy off to the side just starting a chant that like nobody's heard before in the venue, but everybody knows it because there's a much more football culture in the UK, so that was like much more likely to happen. The thing that American crowd needs to learn how to do is to start a chant that isn't "Let's go team name, let's go, let's go team name, let's go." Like, the amount of times I heard somebody like get up at the back and give it like everything they've got with "Let's go team name," and I'm just like, can you do literally anything but "Let's go team name"? That would be nice. Like, that's the only chant that they know how to start themselves. We were like teaching them other ones, but they can't do any of the other ones themselves. It's just, yeah, "Let's go team name" and USA. There weren't too many USAs actually. That was good to hear. Well, like Squishy being Canadian in that. Chicasso, thanks for the Prime sub. I appreciate that. And Kaweed Full, thank you for the Prime sub as well. Welcome to the stream. Poo Meow 666, thanks for the 20 months in a row. Welcome back. You're not a creative nation. Yeah, I could see that. I think C9 will be consistent enough to continue their dominance in E-League. The only team who have ever won RLCS and then followed up with another win is Dignitas. That was season 5. They won Gnarly right after winning season 5, didn't they? Dignitas did not follow up their season 4 win with a win in DreamHack or E-League. Flipside did not follow up their season 2 win. Northern didn't follow up their season 3 win. Yeah, it's only ever been done once, so probably not. I think the competition is just too stiff to give Cloud9 like a good percentage win here. I don't know. Like, I think it helped them a lot that they were the underdogs there. There's a big crowd like chanting their names. This time E-League's a very small crowd, so I don't think it's gonna be the same. I don't even know if Cloud9 will beat teams like NRG. I almost said G2, but they're not gonna be there. NRG, they're gonna be looking for revenge. Flipside gonna be looking for revenge. Weedham Girls gonna be looking for revenge. Like, it's not gonna be just Cloud9 versus Dig. Like, they've got to go through a lot of tough competition. Is it still loud? Okay, that's good to know. I've never been to E-League actually. I just heard it on the stream and it was very quiet. That's good to know, Garrett, actually. So maybe there's a good chance actually then that the crowd will get in Dignitas' heads, maybe. Because Violent Panda was definitely tilted by the crowd. He was definitely tilted. Because he tweeted out something like, "Hey guys, I'm not tilted by the crowd." That's how you know he's tilted by the crowd. Glock911, thanks for the tier 3 5 months in a row. Just gonna go add that to my tier 3 list. Appreciate that, buddy. If an NA team is in the finals at least, yeah, exactly. Did the stadium feel empty? Looked empty. This is another thing that the production team probably could have done a lot better. They didn't pick very good angles for the crowd shots. Like, the only 2 angles I really saw was this super wide angle which showed a lot of empty seats, or this very low angle looking up at idiots like me in the front row. Why didn't they just do a high angle on 104? Like, 104 was packed from bottom to top. 105, 103 as well, 116. All these sections were packed like from top to bottom. And if they just like did a high shot on that would have been it would have given a much more realistic feeling to what it was like in the stadium. Was the atmosphere like when there was problems? We didn't really know. Like, when there was problems in the stream, like we wouldn't really know. Yeah, we weren't sure. We'd just like start going around like a rumor, like, "Oh, the stream's crashed. Well, the stream's crashed. Okay, cool. Let's troll tweet." So yeah, it was fine. We were just like Omega lol, Psionics Omega lol. If Chiefs and OC in general will give them more opportunities to play against EU and any teams think they can have the capacity to become world champions in future seasons, well, of course, yeah. I mean, Chiefs are only 3 series away from doing it. Well, I mean, technically 3, but realistically 4, because they would have to bracket reset. And if they just show up on if like Tarsos didn't play very well, I think that if he played his best, they would have had a really good shot. Their series against Cloud9 was closer than Cloud9 or Weedham Girls were to Cloud9 or Dignitas were to Cloud9 the final day. You really do start picking up a lot of what do you call it? You pick up a lot of momentum going through that loser bracket. Like, if Chiefs beat Cloud9, can you imagine how hyped they would have been? Can you imagine like how wild the crowd would have gone for them in loser finals? Like, I think Chiefs are definitely beating Weedham Girls. They're getting revenge. Fragleg, thanks for the 6-month tier 1 by the way, and Palagrin, thanks for the prime sub as well. I think I've said thank you to everybody who subbed. Appreciate you guys. What do you make of all the booing in the crowd? The bias towards NA was unreal, but I felt they actually played a part in EU losing. Okay, so there were only 2 times that I heard booing, which was like really quite bad in my opinion. I've seen a lot of people, I don't know if they're memeing or if they're serious, but I've seen a lot of people making comparisons between Rocket League and like real sports, and their argument is we boo in real sports, therefore we can boo in Rocket League. Rocket League's not anywhere close to not even close to real sports. Oh, hold on a second, I have to reply to this. Athena said you were banned from the RLC's after party because you gave drinks to Yukio and he's only 19. Okay, well, first of all, I gave drinks to Mizdik, who is over 21, and I also gave drinks to my friend Jack, who is over 21. I didn't get it for anybody else. But yeah, I asked the bouncer why they kicked me out, and he said it's because I was underage drinking. Me personally, I was not 21, and I'm like, mate, I'm 27. So no, that's not true. And also, like, if Yukio was underage drinking, which I'm sure he wasn't, because he's a good boy, why wouldn't they kick out Yukio? But I just wanted, I just wanted to clarify that there was no like underage drinking. You get kicked out. Yeah, I told the story earlier, but I don't want to tell it again. But it was proper funny, man. It was very funny. It's because I just went in without getting a white band and they thought I was underage, long story short. And then I had ID saying I'm 27 and he didn't want to look at it. Hutcher, thanks for the 8-month in a row Prime sub. I appreciate that. Yukio was the most was the most drunk you've ever seen. Nah, you must be mistaken, Turbo. No underage drinking at all, obviously. But no, I didn't do anything. I didn't break any rules. I was a good boy. All right, back to the booing the crowd thing. Like, making comparisons between Rocket League and real sports is ridiculous in my opinion. Rocket League is like an indie game with a very, very close-knit community. When you're like booing somebody, like there was this guy who, after PSG lost to, who did they lose to again? Who was their first loss? It was, I've forgotten who PSG lost to. Who did they lose to? Somebody help me out here. No, Chiefs. It was Chiefs. PSG lost. They got reverse swept by Chiefs in 3 overtimes in a row. Very, very, very tough loss. And this like muppet in the crowd behind me, like way back, just gets up and shouts like, "Farah, you suck. You suck, Farah." And he's like, being really, really like rude as well. Like he's saying words I'm not going to repeat on stream. And everybody, the whole crowd, it's just like, when Conor McGregor's like, "Who is that guy?" Like everybody's just like, "What?" It made no sense. There was no context for it. It was like right after they lost a really tough series. I don't think Farah was even there. Like it just made no sense at all. And that's when I tweeted something like, "Oh yeah, if you're like booing players, don't talk to me." Because I was like, I don't want this guy. If I see this guy, like I might throw fists. No, I don't want any of that. Like that's just not nice. Like it's different if a team's walking out and you're booing them and you want to throw them off because you want the other team to win. Yeah, fair enough, go for it. Like be my guest. But like it was always after they've already lost. Or after they've won. I think Dignitas got booed after they'd already won. I'm like, what are you doing? Like they already won. Just clap. They beat the team that you're here to support. Just give them a little bit of credit here. It was really weird timing. But yeah, like actual sports like athletes, they get paid millions. I don't think they're gonna mind if you boo them. These guys, like most of the like RLCS players, like I think not all of them are even full time. Not all of them are even like able to go full time, so come on. Like go easy on them. They're just trying to put on a good show. But yeah, really dumb comparison. Rocket League's nothing like real sports. Crunktastic Czar, thank you for the Prime sub, I appreciate that. What are the players like behind the scenes, if you know what I mean? Oh, they're all nice. All the players are really nice. All the players in Rocket League, not just RLCS, they're all super nice when you meet them in person. And I'm not sure if you know what I mean. I don't know what this means, actually, funnily enough. But yeah, I'm reading this like I think it means, yeah, they're nice, right? They're good guys. The Aussies are all hilarious. I love hanging out with the OCE players. They're fantastic. Now that C9 is, I believe, the only team to take on Dig with such a convincing margin in a consecutive series. Well, actually, Flipside did that in an online tournament. Do you think that other teams will be able to learn from those games and start to consistently contend with Dig? Possibly. I think the biggest thing that this might do is it might really knock Dig's confidence. Like, Dig have never been destroyed like that on LAN. And that might take a while for them to get their mojo back. What about Vegas LAN was better than London and vice versa? Oh, okay. I'll think of one thing that was better from each. Yeah, you did lose 3 out of Classics in Gnarly. Why did you guys lose 3 out of Classics? What happened? What's the story behind that in Gnarly 1? I was thinking something's got to be severely wrong here. Terrible. Give us a good reason. Explain yourself. Ace Flame JCP, thanks for the Prime sub. El Pedro Latigre, thank you for the Prime sub. And Annoying Anakin, thanks for 1,000 bits, mate. You're far too kind. For him to have something to be proud of.
Keep
okay,
up
fair
the
enough.
Great work.
Fair enough, Turbo. Yeah, I heard Gnarly was pretty scuffed. Yeah, Garrett, I agree with you, but for a different reason. Obviously, you guys are much better than third. What was better? I'd say the best thing about London for me was how close it was. I only had to fly for 1 hour. Like, I don't like the flights, the long flights to the west coast of USA. I don't like those. So the flights were like the by far the best thing about London for me. Best thing about Vegas, probably just like it was a cool place. I've never been there before, so like, you know, doing going out to the strip and seeing some cool stuff, the Bellagio fountains and that was probably the best thing for me. I don't know about other people, but for me that's what I would say. Yeah, and please mention what the cost is around. Definitely want to go to one soon in the future if it means spending 800 to travel. Well, if you like, just check early. As soon as you find out where the LAN is, if you want to go, just check. I was expecting it to be really, really expensive, and I was expecting not to go, because if the flights were like, you know, £1,000 round trip, I was going to be like, nah, not worth, because I got to pay a lot, and the flights are just a bad experience. But they were only like £300 round trip, and I was like, whoa, that's like really cheap. I'm going to do that. And also the hotel and the venue was pretty cool. King Spectre, thanks for giving a sub to FMK. Welcome, FMK. Remember to say thank you to King Spectre. Who do you think will pick up Weedham Girls? Well, I saw, what's it called? Tempo Storm. We're looking for a team, right? Tempo Storm, Mets and Norris. It's a mouthful. Why do you hate flying so much? It just takes forever, man. It just takes so long. It's just boring. But on the way back, like, we got really lucky. It was only like a 10-hour flight time total, split between 2 flights. Just jet lag sucks. It just sucks. Other than Dig vs C9 was the best game, and why? Also, biggest surprise and disappointing performances of the teams. I did miss a few of the games because I would always go out to the back of 104 to meet like fans and friends between series, and sometimes the series would start before I have a chance to go back in. So I missed the start of quite a few of them. But a really good series that everybody really enjoyed was probably just the Chiefs beating NRG. That was ridiculous. Like, that was just a fun series because the crowd were behind both teams. They loved NRG because they're American. They loved the Chiefs because they're underdogs. And then the Chiefs actually pulled it off. So that was a crazy, crazy series. Disappointing performances. Well, G2 bombing out again was pretty sad. Garrett. Weedham Girls versus Clyde9. I actually missed some of that, so I can't really speak on it. I missed some of that one. So yeah, I'm not sure how good that was. But yeah, disappointing performances, I guess. Yeah, Tainted Minds will be disappointed that they lost to EG.
Cheers to the most entertaining RL streamer, boy. Hey.
Dijon Kappa, thank you for the 2-month in a row prime. You're far too kind. C9 were hot entering the final. Dig was potentially not. I think the series schedule played a part in the final scenario. Yeah, well, I think that your second question here, format should be changed. Absolutely. Do you think the series format played a part? Absolutely. 4 of the RLCS out of the 6 that have happened have been won by loser bracket runs. That's because the loser bracket team gets more practice on stage, and they come in really warm to the final, and they can often catch the other team off guard, especially in the first series. Yeah, Garrett says waiting 2 hours to the final actually sucks. I mean, go back and watch NRG versus Dignitas, best of 7 first series in the grand final last season. Compare that to the best of 5 they played in winners bracket. Like, Dig just came out all guns blazing, and NRG were like, whoa, what's going on here? They nearly actually got it back together though, which is really, really impressive. They're the only team to nearly make that happen. Actually, no, I think Mocket did that as well, so both of those times was very impressive. Ace Flame JCP, thanks for gifting a sub to Harvey Hawk. Welcome, Harvey Hawk. Do you think Psionics likes double elimination for potentially more content? Double elimination is a thing because Smash GG, the site that run RLCS, they did that for the first Smash tournaments that they ran, and it's a terrible format. It's rubbish, but they just kept on doing it, and now that RLCS use Smash, they've just picked it up. I think they're just doing it because they're like, hey, it worked, let's just do it again. But it's a dumb format. I think groups into single elimination is much, much better. Oh, Garrett, thanks for the prime sub. I appreciate that. Anyone else got their prime just on the cusp, you know? Just feel free, just gotta click a couple buttons. Do you think NA... Wait, did I miss a question? No. Do you think NA, EU, and OCE teams should play each other in official league play before LAN? Yes. Matchup. Well, I mean, there should just be more LANs. I think the whole format needs to change. Like, league play needs to change. League play needs to be a LAN. There needs to be like an open circuit. That would be even better, where there's just lots and lots of international LANs to qualify for LAN. And then you'd get actually the 10 best teams in the world, rather than like the 4 best teams from one region, 4 best from another, and 2 from another. Oh, there we go. A couple primes. Thank you, Wavdil and Unicorn Farts. Appreciate that. Holy Tears, thanks for 4 months in a row, tier 1. Another Cried question. Seemed the US Cried only had one chant. Yeah, they just do Let's Go team name. We had a lot, like 104, we had a lot of really creative chants planned. Some of them were really funny, but we couldn't really do them because they were just too complicated, and the crowd just they couldn't learn them in time. So if we have another EU LAN, we're going to take the chants to the next level. It'll be hilarious, but for American audiences, it seems like you just have to keep things really simple, because they can join in simple chants, but when you make it too complicated, it's just like nobody knows what to do. They're just like, what? And there's nothing gets started organically. That's the main difference I spoke about earlier. Stakefire, thanks for 3 month tier 1. Welcome back. Do you know why the players are wearing headphones? Earphones is for like game sound and comms. The headphones are like white noise to block out the crowd. They don't work 100%, but they make the crowd a little bit quieter. If they didn't wear those headphones, they probably wouldn't be able to hear each other.
Thanks for consistently giving us top quality
Large around, no problem,
content.
man. Thanks for 3 months tier 1.
BTW, do you have any quick TLDR tips for players gingerly to rank up from Champ 1?
From Champ 1. You probably need to start playing faster around about there. That's like the time that you need to work in your speed, I would say. Very, very important. Especially if you're getting beat to the ball a lot. Why do you think Dig overall failed in day 3? I think they just got a bit tilted by the crowd, got caught off guard by how well Cloud9 were playing, and it kind of like overall that just tilted them, and they weren't able to come back. Anything you were frustrated with in terms of Sonic's organization of the event, things they could have done better? Announced it earlier. I think the venue size is too much. Like, there was 9.5 thousand seats in that venue. I think the capacity of the Orleans Arena is 9.5k. That's probably too much for a Rocket League event. Although I think that once they take the seats off the floor, it's probably closer to 7.5k. I reckon they need to downscale a little bit. Like, look for maybe copper box size was pretty good. Like 7.5k max, and then you're taking away the floor seats for the stage, and you're probably at 5k-ish, like capacity. Make it more exclusive. That's probably one of the things that they could do better. But yeah, the event ran pretty smoothly. I mean, the stream going down wasn't ideal, but, you know, happens. Do you think C9 will be the next 2-time world champions? I don't think so. I mean, that's really, really hard to do. I think Cloud9 are really good, but that's really, really difficult to do. Favorite part beside the actual games? I actually, honestly preferred, like, just walking around and talking to people, meeting people was better than the games for me. The games were good, but, like, the real reason I go here is not for the games. The main reason I go is to meet people. So yeah, meeting friends, meeting people for the first time, that's, like, for me, number one. Happened in Dignitas in Grand Final. I think we already covered this one. Do you feel sorry for Dignitas considering the crowd goes so behind Cloud9? It's hard to feel sorry for Dignitas. They just won too much, so it's hard to feel sorry for them. I did feel sorry for the Dignitas CEO getting booed, though. Like, that was weird. That just doesn't make any sense. It's like, do we want more orgs in Rocket League? Because that's not how you get more orgs in Rocket League. Best thing you ate or drank? Oh, Korean barbecue by a mile. By a mile. And it was one of only 2 good things that I ate. I ate one good salmon dish, but it cost like $30. That was pretty expensive. And then, yeah, Korean barbecue was the bomb. Best thing ever. And soju, Korean wine. Very good. Chiefs' impressive performance. Do you think there should be a change in the way OC are seeded? Yeah, I tweeted this myself. I think that the way that the seeding should work for the next LAN, I mean, next time they're changing it up, they're bringing in South America. So I imagine it's going to be groups and then two South American teams. But what they should have done this LAN is look at where Chiefs came last LAN. They would have been like, okay, Chiefs came 5th last LAN. So the number 1 OCE seed should be seeded 5th in this LAN. So the way that I would have seeded it is EU number 1, NA number 2, EU number 3, NA number 4, OCE number 5, I think it was NA number 6, then EU, NA, OCE. That's how they should seed it. None of this like OCE being the bottom seeds every time. Funnily enough, Tainted Minds would have got the good seeding because they beat Chiefs in OCE. NRG's and G2's performances at LAN. Who do you think will replace Crow? There's lots of good players in North America right now. I mean, probably the best thing if G2 really wanted to replace Crow, the best thing they could do is steal Chicago, because that would not only improve them with a very good proven LAN player now, but it would also make EG worse. That's just if they want to replace him. I mean, Seabass has really had a good year. I think he was very impressive. Wonder from FlyQuest played really well in league play. Who else could they get? Lethamir's always been thereabouts. The real Brizza, thanks for 540 bits, by the way.
And I'm always late for work in the morning, BC.
Miho. Yeah, Miho's pretty solid. I don't know if they...
But how close is Squishy to being respected as the best player in the world if he isn't
pretty
already,
close.
or what does he butterfly to him?
Pretty close. I mean, Squishy's in the conversation. It's pretty hard to say who the best player in the world is in Rocket League because there's not enough LANs. You need more LANs for there to be a clear best player in the world. But yeah, Squishy's in the conversation for sure. Yeah, NRG and G2 will be disappointed, especially G2, because they don't get to go to E-League. NRG gets a chance of redemption at E-League, so they don't have to think about any like roster changes or anything right now. I think Ignite Messi Yukio turned up for their team because you feel the nerves affected these players' playstyle and speed. Not at all. I think, well, Yukio played incredibly well. He was without question a top 10 player this LAN. For his debut RLCS LAN, Yukio was unbelievable. Ignite will be disappointed. I think Metza will be very disappointed because he played really badly on the last day versus Dignitas and against Cloud9. Ignite didn't start off too badly against Dignitas, but versus Cloud9 he didn't really show up either. It was just Remco. Remco is the one player who might be happy with how he played on Weedham Girls. Yukio should be very happy with how he played. It was both. Dignitas choked a little bit, but Cloud9 upped their game significantly. When did you decide Torment was MVP? Did the chanting start? We actually decided that because Torment got asked in a post-game interview if he thought he was the MVP. And then he said that he didn't care, which is the right answer. You shouldn't care. As long as you get the trophy, it doesn't matter who the best player is. So, you know, props to Torment. Props to Torment there. Yeah, Torment said that he didn't care if he was MVP as long as they won. Then we just started chanting MVP. And funnily enough, he was the MVP of the first series against Dignitas, which they 4-1 them. That's the series that broke Dignitas, I think. So Torment, I think, was the MVP for that reason. Top 10 players now compared to last year. I don't think I've got time to think about that right now. Sorry, man. I'll definitely revisit this in the future, no question. Roster moves potentially happening next season. I mean, G2 have just bombed out of 2 LANs, so roster moves have got to be a conversation for them. It's hard to replace anyone on that team, but not impossible. Obviously, Cloud9 aren't going to change anything. NRG, we'll have to wait and see how they do at E-League. EG, I could definitely see a roster move happening for them, regardless of E-League. I mean, if they win E-League, they probably won't change anything, but that's not going to happen, surely. Chicago's not that much of a carry. Although Corrupted G did show up for one series as well. He played really well against PSG. That was the reason they beat PSG. Rizzo was really good. I thought Rizzo played very well. Don't the G2 boys have multi-year contracts? There are ways out of contracts, guys. Cloud9, wherever they said dominate against Dig, was there solo teamwork style? Solo teamwork style. What on earth does this mean? I'm sorry, I don't know what that is. A solo teamwork style. I think this is the the all-around compliment. You want to compliment their solo plays and their teamwork, so you call their style solo and teamwork.
Johnny Magix is abusing his sword. I demand it be removed, Minic.
What is he doing? I'm sorry, I'll have to look into that later, King Spectre. I see a mini K there though. I'm not sure if I want to believe that. Was it just that thing everyone in NA says about Cloud9 during scrims? What? Okay, I don't know anything about this question, to be honest. Like, firstly, what is solo teamwork style? And secondly, what do people say about Cloud9 during scrims? I heard that Cloud9 were getting absolutely destroyed in scrims by a few teams. I don't know if that's true, but it's what I heard. So, scrims don't always translate to stage though. You want to keep that in mind. Yeah, Cloud9 just, they played really confidently. They were just going for shots that maybe they're not scoring the majority of the time, but they did score them. C9 said something about how decided to go for more solo plays against Dig. Okay, so that's not a teamwork style at all. It's actually solo plays. Yeah, they didn't do too much team play. They went for a lot of solo plays. And I think it was really good. They exposed Dignitas' backboard, because usually Violent Panda does a lot of the backboard defense for Dig. and he didn't show up that series, so the backboard was awful. Yeah, scrims don't mean a lot. NRG 5-1 dig before Chiefs game Friday. Yeah, I think like flip side we're just pooping all over Cloud9 in scrims, and Cloud9 beat them. It does, like, scrims don't mean everything at all. Talk about he doesn't got it. I don't know what this means. Sorry, man. Don't know what that reference is. How did loser bracket help Cloud9? Because they get to play more on stage, so they're more used to it. They get to, warm up and be ready. I don't know if Dignitas got anybody to scrim them before the grand final, but by the time the grand final's rolling around, nobody really wants to scrim. Everybody's just, all the players who have been knocked out are just chilling. They're like, nah, sorry, Dig, we don't really want to scrim you right now. So Dig have to just sit there twiddling their thumbs, and they don't get to practice, warm up. What even is a Rocket League? It's a good question. What do you think about the LAN attendance? It was good, actually. There was about 3,000 people there, maybe 4, hard to say. But yeah, the venue is too big, and they didn't really show it very well on the cameras, so that could have been better. Another thing is, I think that if they know the attendance is going to be low, or if they know the venue is going to be really big, obviously it had maybe 8,000 seats in the roundabout bit, probably 7,000 I would say. They should have just opened up only section 104, 5, and 6, and only 116, 115, and 117. They should have only opened up 7 sections, and after they've sold out all those sections, they open up more and then sell those tickets. That's how they should do it. Chiefs, yep. Any particular reason all of NA dropped day one? I mean, it was really close. Everybody's saying NA suck. They lost by 1 game every single series. It was very close. Can you do the classics? No, not for free. You think G2 will split? Possibly. I mean, it depends what their goals are. If their goals are just to be a popular team who show up to LANs and then go home, then no, they shouldn't split. But if they want to win, but maybe it's time to think about changing, because they've lost 2 LANs in a row without winning a game. They also didn't do too well at Gnarly, so it's another smaller LAN as well. Why was the crowd cheering for both teams in the finals? Every time Dig scored, they were cheering for Dig. Every time Cloud9 scored, they were cheering for Cloud9. Because we just want to make some noise. We're just trying to make the event better for viewers. Because it's not very hype if there's nobody making noise. The crowd can improve the viewing experience just as much as the casters can. Everybody who's there, outside of the players, they're just there to improve the viewing experience. We're just trying to make Rocket League better. That's why we cheer. Didn't get to watch. Can you do a quick recap of each game in a few sentences? Clown Fiesta. How many people were there? Probably about 3,000 or 4,000. Which cities that have never hosted RLCS would draw a good crowd? Probably Manchester in England. I think Glasgow, Scotland would be a fantastic location as well. Well, obviously that's where I'm from, so I mean, I wouldn't complain. Probably Paris would be decent, but nobody in Paris speaks English, so that might be awkward. I think maybe Copenhagen could be decent. People actually speak English there. Yeah, Lancaster or Glasgow. Toronto. Yeah, Toronto would be pretty cool. And I mean, Toronto doesn't have visa issues for Shogun. Rome. I've never been to Rome. Amsterdam. Yeah, I wouldn't mind going back to Amsterdam. Berlin, maybe. Yeah, Berlin would be okay. I think you just want to keep it in the UK, to be honest. If you want the best event possible, just keep bringing it back to the UK. We know what we're doing. We will give you the best RLCS. Other countries, watch and learn. How was TGI Fridays Thursday night? Saw you there. Didn't have a chance to say hi. Yeah, it was actually pretty good. I thought it was going to be more expensive than it was. They had happy hour all the time. Every hour was happy hour, so it was great. Which players surprised you the most with their performances at LAN? Chaussette really showed up. Chaussette was insane. Did not expect Chaussette to be that good. Violent Panda surprised me. I didn't think he was going to be that bad. Who else? Torment. Yeah, Torment was nuts. That's probably the Chicago. I kind of thought Chicago was going to be good though. Chicago did pretty much what I thought he would do. He wasn't super surprising. I think he was better than I thought, but not by much. I expected a lot from Chicago myself. I put him number 12 as the players going into LAN, and I think after post LAN I put him 8. So yeah, he's higher, but not that much higher. Fruity. I thought Fruity was going to be good as well. So Yukio, Yukio was better than I thought, but I thought he was going to be good too. Remco, yeah, Remco actually. Remco is significantly better. than I thought he would be. Cammy was a lot better than I thought he would be. A lot of the players that did well, I thought they were going to do well, so I'm not surprised necessarily. You know what I mean? Like, if I'm answering this question honestly, I'm not like surprised that Yukio did well. Like, he did a little bit better than I thought he would do, but I thought he was going to be the best player on that team. After talking to the Flipside guys pre-LAN. Thoughts of my players are upset with people booing when it happens at any major sport. It's not just an American thing. That's because Rocket League's not a major sport. It's just a small, like, close-knit community, and you're probably booing somebody who could be your friend. Like, you can't be friends with the guys on a field in a major sport. Like, you're never going to be their friend. They're not even going to look at you for more than like half a second. But all the Rocket League guys, if you say, hey, can I get a picture? If they're not busy, they're probably going to stop and like give you some time. They're nice people. Like, it's not the same. Like, this is a really, really terrible comparison. I don't know why I keep seeing this from people whose opinions I respect. They post this unironically on Twitter, and I'm like, this has to be a joke. How can people not see the difference? To me, this is a ridiculous comparison. How did you not have chat disabled while spamming close one? I'm not sure. What do you think of the crowd? It was a lot of fun. I thought it was good. I mean, like, people thought American crowd was going to suck. It didn't suck at all. It was good. What went wrong with Dignitas in the finals? I think Panda got tilted by the crowd booing him. And then the Gimmick scored a double touch, and then the crowd cheered really loud. And then, yeah, they got tilted from that. They were just like, man, people want us to lose. That sucks. Do you think G2 are going to make a roster move after the replacement? I talked about this, possibly. I mean, I don't know. I've not talked to them. I don't have a clue what their goals are. But if they want to win RLCS, then maybe it's time to think about that. If you had to make a team made up of one player from each region, who would you pick? Well, Drippe is super easy pick up for EU. For OCE. So who would go well with Drippe? If we want Drippe, we probably want...
5 months. The baby is starting to show, and in 4 more months he'll be gingerly you to court for unicorn support.
I think you want
Daddy.
I think you want Turbo for EU. Drippe, Turbo, and yeah, anyone from Cloud9 would work, to be honest. Also, I would not mind a Garrett G or a Justin. Who would work well? Yeah, you probably just want to pick up, like, Gimmick's a question mark, because I don't know how good Gimmick would do in another team. Like, Squishy and Torment have really good defense. What if you put Gimmick in a team that isn't cleaning up all of his defensive whiffs? And do you need his offense? I think maybe Torment wouldn't be the right pick with Turbo and Drippe. It would have to be Squishy or Gimmick. That's tough. Gimmick if you feel like the team's going to struggle offensively. Squishy if you think the team's going to struggle defensively. If you think Drippe Turbo X is going to need help in defense, pick up Squishy. If you think they're going to need help in offense, pick up Gimmick. X Lurky YX, thanks for the... Or it was just X Lurky X, sorry. Thanks for the 5 month in a row, I appreciate that. And Annoying Anakin, thanks for another 1,000 bits. Up to number 1 bitter of the week, I appreciate it, buddy. I think LAN should be in Grimsby. Yeah, but you can't put the word LAN in Grimsby. You've had LAN Vegas, Landon, Lancaster, Glasgow. All these work. You need to be able to put LAN in the name. CJ, Maestro, Garrett for best looking team. Alright, suit yourself, mate. How do you think introducing a South America region into RLCS will affect the LAN environment? I think the South American teams are going to surprise a lot of people. Those guys are really good. Those guys are very, very good. What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. This is very true. Did you enjoy it? Yeah, a great time. Comparison production quality for now in London. Well, the stream didn't crash in London as far as I know. And the production team got much better crowd shots in London. So that was good too. Lil Chech, thank you for the Prime sub. Spy Reigns, thank you for the tier 1 sub. Welcome to the stream, guys. Cox, you're saying you might switch to Dominus? Oh yes, the original Dominus. Bring it back. That would be so hype if Cox made switch to Dominus. I'm not sure you should though. Not sure you should. Atlanta. Very good, very good. UKRL played very, very, very well. One of the best players in the world. Is there really such a big rivalry between players? Everybody cool with each other? Ah, no, everybody's cool with each other. Everybody's cool with each other. Convince myself to go to LAN that isn't in your country. You should go. It's very, very fun. RLCS LANs are much better than non-RLCS LANs for Rocket League. Scotland. Very, very good. You guys are so clever. You should be proud of yourselves. Let's see what else we got here. My friend and I were the Chiefs guys, always cheered for them. Talk about the passionate fans. The Chiefs guys were great. I mean, there's lots of Chiefs fans. I love that. Like, Chiefs are so popular, which is amazing to me. Because I love them as well. After Chiefs beat NRG, like me, Yummy Cheeseman, Cole and Stumpy ran backstage to congratulate them. Because we were just so happy for them. Top 5 goals, haven't thought about it. You'd obviously need to get Squishy's flip reset goal in there. Probably a double touch or two from the final. What other goals were good? LAN. Germany, that's awful. Barcelona, also pretty bad. Milan is very good. What other good? Oh yeah, Chicago's goal. That probably won them a whole series. That was pretty nice. Yeah, Chicago's off the wall shot. Oh, Cux's pinch, of course. Like you can't not put that in a top 5 goals when he scored a pinch at LAN against Cloud9. Metz's double fake was nasty. The first slip reset for Squishy was okay, but it wasn't defended that well, so it wasn't as good. It was made to look a lot better by some shoddy defense. I talked about the Cloud9 versus Dignitas quite a bit already. Where do you think LAN should be next year? Glasgow. Was it quite actually that terrible? No, it was much better than it seemed on stream, trust me. Do you think it was a good idea to do an interview tournament in between matches? This was the weirdest thing. I have no idea what that was about. Like, usually between best of 7s, the team will go backstage, then come back out again. They'll do more walkouts, or, you know, at least just sneak back on stage. But between best of 7s, they just stayed on stage, and like Gimmick and Torment are in free play. Squishy's on his phone tweeting. Like Dignitas are sitting right there, and Torment's like getting interviewed by Leaf, like right in front of his opponents. It was so funny. You thought it was gonna jinx them? Yeah, I was like, oh, this could totally throw them off, man. I did not like that at all. It broke their momentum a little bit. And then I was wondering if Torment would like just turn to Dignitas and say something, because like Dignitas were right here when Torment's getting like interviewed. Annoying Attica, no. Morganator42, thanks to the 4 month in a row Prime. You couldn't see the arena because of my big nose. I am so sorry, my friend. I am very, very sorry. But yeah, the interview was weird. I don't like that at all. I didn't like that. Interview like the manager or the sub or something, not an actual player who's just played one series and he's playing in another in a couple of minutes. Very strange. How do you think the Chiefs performed? How do you see them doing a few more seasons? I mean, the Chiefs were, that's great. I don't think they were the 4th best team at LAN. I think Flipside might have beaten Chiefs if they matched up. It would have been close though. It would have been close. And they were very, very worthy owners of the 4th place spot. Couldn't be happier for them. I think they're going to be around for a long time to come. Especially if Torsos shows up again.
JohnnyBoy_I, what's your opinion on booing for the sake of tilting the other team? I
Yes.
absolutely love all of the RL Pro players, both from NA, OSE, and EU, but I still think cheering for both teams seems a bit weird. As the away team, hearing the boos and lack of cheers for you could get
discouraged to play worse, thus helping your team win. The season grand finals proved that since Cloud9 the whole crowd on their side and Dignitas was making several uncharacteristic misses. The misses were happening since the very start though. Like yes, I think there's a time and a place for booing. I was not very impressed by the guy. Like I said this earlier, but I'll say it again. The guy who stood up between series and yelled like something really, really rude about Farah for no reason, and it wasn't relevant. Farah wasn't there. Farah just lost a series, tight series 3-2. The guy gets up and like yells that Farah sucks or whatever. I was like, that is the most distasteful thing I've heard all weekend, and that guy should get out, honestly. But the thing that, okay, people don't understand. They seem to be confused about cheering for both teams. I just want to like help the event be better, okay? Like I honestly don't really mind who wins. I preferred if Cloud9 win, just because Dignitas have already won 2, and it would be nice if there's another winner. But if Dignitas win, I'm happy for them. If Cloud9 win, I'm happy for them. Flipside win, I'm happy for them. G2, yep, I'm still happy. Doesn't matter, I'm just happy for whoever wins. That's just me. I'm just trying to make the LAN better. We're just cheering for every team so that the event sounds better on stream. We're just trying to make it a little bit better, you know? That's why we encourage people to cheer for both teams. We're just trying to have a good time. Also, it's like something you should try. Like, if you've never tried just really going crazy for one particular team in a matchup that you don't really care about, like let's say you're at LAN with 10 of your friends and a matchup is happening and none of you care who wins. 5 of you pick one team, the other 5 pick the other team, and pretend that your life depends on it and just go crazy, and it makes it so much more fun. It just makes it more fun, not just for the people around you, but for you, as long as you're not like being rude or anything. So that's my philosophy on it. We're just trying to have a good time, and you don't have a good time if you're just sitting there like being quiet. You have a good time, we're just like making some noise. Pac T, thank you so much for another tier 3 sub, buddy. I've got you on my list again. That is very kind of you, buddy. Welcome back. 3 month it was, yeah, 3 months in a row. Yeah, I think Chiefs were great. If they keep same roster, yeah, I could see that.
Didn't see a Shui. Pretty disappointing, Johnny.
Word up. I think that Psyonix banned Shuis. I'm pretty sure that they banned Shuis after Yummy Cheese Man did a Shui at the front of the card last season. I think they banned them. I'm not 100% sure on that, but I'm pretty sure Shuis are outlawed by Psyonix. So at them, not me. SR Corbin, thank you for the prime sub. Welcome to the stream. I mean, Chiefs are not going to change anything about their roster before E-League. Chiefs, I believe, will be going to E-League if it's the same invitation as his last time. Top 8 RLCS. We'll be doing video reviews. Yes, I will do a few of them. What series do you guys want me to do video reviews of? You can say them in chat right now if you want. Anytime you're on stream, I thought you're waiting for the camera to pan away to stop cheering. Thoughts? Nah, not at all. We were cheering long after the camera was on us. Oh, and long before it was on us. So this is, I don't know. I just wanted the camera to go away. Because I was like, oh, I don't like being on camera so much. Why do they keep putting me on camera? There's more people here than the like, little cluster of us in 104. NRG C9, NRG Chiefs, EG Dig. G2F3, yeah, G2F3 was hype. I've talked about C9 versus Dig a lot. Really good on camera, Kappa Pride, thank you. I tried my best. Thoughts on both promotion playoffs? Hard to say. I don't know. Like, looking at what happened last season's promotion tournaments makes me think that it's pretty pointless making predictions. Because it's going to be completely different than scrims. It's going to be completely different from other random online tournaments. Like, these games are not going to look the same. Trust me. Somebody might show up. Somebody might flop. Who's it going to be? Who knows? Was it? Oh, mate. Why is this a thing? What was it like to be shocked every time you touched anything? What is that? Why is this a thing in Vegas? Every time I touch something, like massive electric shock. Why does this happen? This happened to me so much. Is this a Vegas thing? Yeah. Honestly. No humidity. It's the heat, lol. Especially elevators, car doors, like door handles, railings, anything. I'm just like getting the it's the worst shocks I've ever had in my life. I couldn't believe those. The Gaming Smithy, thanks for the prime sub. I appreciate that. Yeah, one of them. Oh my goodness, when I shut the door to a car, this Uber that I got, like the door was fine. It's when I like closed the door, the roof of the car gave me a shock, and I got the fright of my life. I thought I shot my fingers in the door. Yeah, the lips as well. Oh my god, I still don't have my lips back. Like I think my lips are still in Vegas. I can't find them. And I was drinking so much water. I had Vaseline on permanently. Doesn't matter. My lips are still they're gone. Like why people? It's the most human thing I've ever seen. It just sums up the human race. They're like, yeah, this desert looks like a great place to build a paradise resort. Great idea. We're not killing the planet, by the way. Such a human thing to do. Yeah, I don't know what. It was a lot of fun, but man, my poor lips. Why did the crowd sound so bad? They just didn't do a very good job getting the actual crowd audio into the stream. It was much louder than it sounded. How's the crowd interaction in regards to meeting you? Was it pleasant, awkward? No, it was super cool. Everybody's the nicest people in the world. Very, very kind. Very nice. Far too kind, honestly. Everybody's just saying nice things and being nice, and nobody's like being annoying, like staying around too long and being needy. Everybody's just like, hey, love your stuff, keep it up, have a good day, and I'm like, thank you. So I loved it. Were Chiefs players lucky or good? No, they're good players. They looked outclassed by C9 and Dig and even Weedham Girls. Well, Dig looked more outclassed by C9 than Chiefs did. Do you think Dig are good players? Answer your own question. I think Chiefs are great. Best shots or play? I mean, we talked about that earlier. I think the Chicago goal might be the best play because that had such a huge impact on the series. Besides the fact that it was a great goal mechanically, it completely changed the momentum of the series with one goal. Yeah, it's much louder than what you heard in the stream. What do you think of the second after-match interviews? Loser interviews can be done right. They can be done well. I don't know if doing it in front of the audience is a good idea. I think if you did it backstage or something, the player might feel a bit more comfortable because it's not quite as embarrassing and as emotional. But yeah, it can be done well. I'm not completely against loser interviews. I think they were just a bit weird this time. I'm not sure. Can't quite put my finger on it. Yeah, the questions were definitely not the best. You found it the day off, right? Okay. Yeah, there was something about it that could have been done better. NA crowd after EU crowd was really good. I don't think it was as good as London, but it didn't have to be. It was still a really, really good crowd. Cringiest moment of the tourney. Cringiest. Oh, I don't know if I want to say that, man. That's harsh. That's harsh. I don't know if I want to spill the beans on that one. I heard that Chicago is going to rip a shark because Chicago used to play for Dignitous, but then Classics did it, it made less sense. When Larry congratulated someone at the end of a loser interview. Most influential NA player who helped them all start their game out over the last year or two. I have no idea. I have no clue. Hosta Boss 420, thank you for the 2 month in a row tier 1. I appreciate that.
Keep up the great work.
Yeah, more crowd, Twitch. Quite. I answered these already. Gonna do a video ranking all the artists. But did this. Yep, done that. Love your opinion on how G2 and NR both got knocked out without winning a game. So many people predicted them to go to day 3. I don't think I predicted G2 to go to day 3 because they've been doing this. They've been kind of flopping lands quite a lot recently. So I think people who were really surprised by that need to take a look at their predictions and think about it. They'll think like, are you actually predicting with your head or your heart here? Because G2, that's not too surprising. NRG, very, very surprising. But Chiefs showed up. What can I say? Chiefs were great. And NRG nearly beat Cloud9. They were 2-1 up against Cloud9. They nearly beat them. It could have been NRG making that run if they finished that series off. Wasn't it an overtime game 5 for NRG Cloud9 as well? Or did I make that up? Why would you go camera and block everybody? Haha, yep. Love you. Thank you, man. Did you become closer to any players during this trip? Well, I met Fruity. He's a cool guy. Farah went out with me and the 104 boys to Korean barbecue after they got eliminated. He's really cool. Yeah, NRG lost because of a really, really poo goal as well. It was just like a gimmick 50-50. That's a sad way to go for them. How was security at the event? Wasn't that tight, to be honest. I didn't take anything in, but I mean, you're allowed to take in a drink, which I think is a mistake. I don't think you should be able to take in any drinks because, yeah, it could be better. It could be better. There's metal detectors though, which massive thumbs up for that. That's great. Very, very good news. I like that there weren't security at every single section, so I don't have to take out my lanyard every time. What other pro players? The OCE boys, met a couple of the OCE boys for the first time. The OCE boys are just great. We're hanging out with them a lot. Oh yeah, Yukio. I don't think I met Yukio before, so that was cool. You're allowed to take water or coffee, not any drink. Well, my friend, you're allowed to take a coffee cup or a water bottle, but what you can have in there might not be coffee or water. Are they like testing everything that you take in? I don't think so. Just saying. What other players did I see a lot? Didn't see any of the American players. Like, by the way, I wasn't like really going backstage or anything or seeing any of the players at all too often. I saw pretty much every European player at the after party. They all came downstairs at one point, and I saw I think every single one of them briefly. But I think the only American player I saw was Justin all weekend. I think that's the only American player that I like actually talked to, and Luchino. I saw Justin a lot walking around. Oh, and Jacob. Well, yeah, he wasn't a player of the event, but yeah, I saw Jacob. Yeah, Justin walks around the entire time, so I ran into him a lot, him and Luchino. But I don't think I saw any of the other American players. They were all like hiding. The real Brizza, thanks for 245 bits. That is not going to pop off the Brian alert. It's a hypothetical. You got a hypothetical for me. You got 2 pills. The first pill gives you infinite money for the rest of your life. The second pill gives you no money and you also have no arms or legs. What do you choose? Obviously, I wouldn't take any of the pills. That's the easiest hypothetical of my life right there. There's more to life than money, dude.
Johnny, do we have any emote slots?
I think we do, yes.
Any
I do need to get boy gun.
Boy gun added?
I do need to add that, yeah.
Sloth.
That's a good addition for sure. Well, Garrett, where were all the American players? Were they always just backstage? I mean, Cloud9 are obviously tweeting all weekend. G2 must have like just had a bat. I mean, they bombed out early. They probably don't want to see anybody. Yeah, you're free training every day. Sunday you came out. I don't think I ran into you this LAN or last one. Somehow, like I just kind of like walk around and see who's there. And I'm pretty much constantly talking to people. And 2 lines in a row, I've not seen you. Even though I've seen you, but I've not like talked to you. Yeah, exactly. Exactly, Garrett. Same. I never leave people hanging. Yeah, I talked about crowd already. Not exciting for the interviews it was for Leonard is the fact that we couldn't hear the crowd that much. Yeah, the crowd mics were not very good. The chants were not quite as good, but yeah, I still thought the crowd in the audience was pretty good. Yeah, that's true, Garrett. Yeah, Flipside played first both days, lost both days. They're just chilling. They're like, okay, cool. Guess we'll hang out. Cool seeing all the tweets and retweets. So you taking pictures of your fans. It means so much as a viewer that your channel is a two-way street of support. Thanks, Johnny. Hey, Austin, no problem, man. Yeah, I tell people if they take a picture with me and tweet it at me, I'll retweet it because it's I don't know. It's not something I'm gonna do for some people and not for others. If it's a really bad picture, if somebody's like photobombing, like swearing in the background, I won't. But that's that's usually just an auto retweet. Coolest new player you met? I think I said this already. Yeah, I met Fruity and Yukio. They're both pretty cool. The keyboard and mouse brethren. Who else did I meet for the first time? I don't know. I'm probably forgetting somebody. You second the after party. I told that story already. I'm not going to tell it again. TLDR, yeah, I got kicked out. They thought I was underage drinking. I wasn't. I had my ID. They didn't want to look at it. I thought it was all very funny. I think C9 was more of a product than playing well. I talked about this as well. I think it was both. Pricing, yeah, it was not as bad as I thought it would be, but it's still pretty expensive. What happened to Dignitas? They got tormented. Why did I hold up a side? What is this? What on earth is this? What wrong with G2? Do you think more KBM players will reach the highest level? G2, they're just too scared to lose. They just need to let loose. Do you think KBM players will reach the highest level? Although, like, for G2, Rizzo played really well, by the way. He had a good LAN. Yeah, Keyboard Mouse is definitely going to come back, or keep coming back stronger. Geocast with Shogun, yeah, why not? Favorite food, Korean barbecue. What kind of phone do you have? iPhone 7. Hate it. Oh, why did I do this? This is such a terrible idea. Yeah, Dignitas are probably still the best team. We'll have to wait and see. If Cloud9 win E-League, then they could be the best team. How about that? Why are RL's not free to play yet? Yeah, same. Garrett and the rest of NRG are still great. What do you mean admit it? I've always said this. Opinions on Larry. Larry's a really nice guy. Very, very good addition to the team. Just needs a little bit more time maybe to think of better things to say. Because some of the questions were definitely like awkward, but he's a good guy. He's definitely, hopefully he's here to stay. Yeah, I talked about the booing already. Like, Rocket League is not NFL. Stop making that stupid comparison. This is just a small like community where everybody knows each other. So it's a bit weird when you like really boo because you hate someone. That's just odd. Yeah, you can get booze in the venues. It's like $10 a beer. Very expensive. G2, should they be invited to E-League despite the losses? Probably not. Should OCE teams get more invitations to international events? Probably not. I tweeted this as a meme in the past. People think I think this. I don't. Non-LCS event with OCE reps E-League. I think that hopefully they're going to go back to E-League. I think Chiefs are going to go back to E-League. That is. Thoughts on C9 taking the win. Very happy for them. It was awesome. How do you think Dignus has performed against them? Very badly. Question: can you play 1v1 against me? Not for free. You really like to play against me. That's not even a question. You're interested to reply to this message. Right. Let's talk about the form of all the players in the grand final. All the Cloud9 players were playing better, especially Torment. And all the Dignus players were playing worse, especially Valiant Panda. Of course, we wanted you to talk about Coxie. Yep. Favorite person there? What is this? What were your predictions for LAN? I predicted Tainted Minds to win, I believe. Alright, let's just look at some more Twitter notifications here. Very good. I approve of this. Oh my goodness, I got a feeling I'm going to be seeing this. Why is it all this? I think all these questions, I think I've already answered all these already. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I think I already answered all the questions. You think Shotset was top 5? Not top 5, definitely top 10. I almost clicked on my messages. That would have been a bad idea. I'm a muppet. Alright, there you go. Right, any more questions? Twitch chat before we head off for the night. It looks like, by the way, I'm probably not going to be casting anything. I was hoping to get a series going, but one of the players has to or can't play tonight. So we will hopefully do that tomorrow. We will do that tomorrow. We'll cast something and do marbles tomorrow. But I have to go. My voice is not fully back yet. Thoughts on Stacks? Yeah, he's a really nice guy. Met all the casters. Do you have favorite caster in the RLCS crew? Probably Carpet. I was really happy that James Bot was doing the final, though. He definitely deserves that. He's really good as well. So yeah, Stacks is a really nice guy. I couldn't hear any of the casting really, because the crowd were too loud and the casting audio wasn't that loud in the venue, so I have no idea what the casting sounded like for the event. What are shoeies? It's like when you pour a beer into a shoe and then you drink it. Why are you getting an ad? I don't know, dude. I don't know. I'm gonna stop streaming for now, though. Looks like our boy Justin is streaming. We'll host Justin. Why not? I'm gonna go try and preserve my voice. I'll be back tomorrow. I said I was gonna be streaming yesterday and I wasn't because jet lag hit me really hard, but I'm feeling much better today. Hopefully that continues into tomorrow. I want to do cast some 1v1 and play some marbles on stream. Maybe do some tier 3 reviews if I have the energy. Gonna hit the next week with the on the ground running as far as reviews go, because I definitely need to catch up on a lot of those. I appreciate all of you for subbing with tier 3 as well as with other tiers. You're all far too kind. But yeah, for now, guys, I'm gonna go host Justin. Take care. Have a good weekend and all that. And I'll see you tomorrow if you're here. I'll see you in the future if you're not, hopefully. And again, appreciation for all of you guys hanging out, listening to my dumb ramblings about RLCS. I'm sure there'll be more AMAs and questions and stuff that I forgot to say in the future. But yeah, for now, it is a good night from me. Take care, boys. I'll see you next time.